food. An anime pastime for all the hungry enthusiasts around the world. And for the characters of our favorite series, nothing tops that experience so well than to pop into a wonderful restaurant with all the flutes and lolly whistles. So let us celebrate these sakura-infused aromas of capitalism by going over the top 10 restaurants in anime. To clarify, this list is comprised of fictional establishments that on their own merit shine without consideration for the plot or characters. To me, the following restaurants have enough impact that if you were a customer going there, the first thing you would want to do upon leaving is planning your return. Of course, keep in mind that this is all my personal opinion, and I may not have your favorite eatery here. So instead of creating an angry mob at my door, consider a more constructive move by posting all over my social media and in the comments below. Capiche? Capiche. So let's get this shindig started with our first stop at number 10. Now, it may seem cheap to start with a Thai, but with an equal amount of quirky elements and questionable life choices, let's just say eating in unordinary environments is truly extraordinary. Diane's Diner from Kekkai Sensen and Russia Sushi from Durarara are essentially here for the same reason. They are fun places to eat, if not a bit risky. Sometimes I forget that these two shows are made by different people, but whatever bombastic energy these series carry are easily translated in these eateries. The infamous Russia Sushi fits perfectly for that energetic yet sketchy cityscape of Ikebukuro, complete with questionable food, employees, and becomes a place of neutrality for all the underbellies of society to gossip. I guess I would go here for the surprisingly social warmness that these like-minded individuals display for each other. I like the atmosphere as a place that accepts anyone while still willing to bust some heads to preserve good, if not heavy-handed customer service. Ergo, Diane's Diner is an accepting place from a different angle. This daddy-daughter small business had to adapt to extraterrestrial phenomenon, which I commend the showrunner Vivian for. She's hardy and strong in keeping the operation going for a diner that seems to be in constant danger of being destroyed. I wonder how insurance would work in this circumstance. Simon may be an ex-Russia affiliate, but Vivian's everyman resilience helps prove that humans can thrive successful businesses in the wake of extraterrestrial uncertainty. It's also cool that we get such a place in the United States. I would love to come here for those tasty burgers, man. That being said, both places are still really dangerous to eat at. Russia Sushi has tended to poison the customers with its cuisine, and as for Diane's Diner, well, again, the danger nearby risks personal safety way too often. Anything could potentially squash that dinky diner like an upside-down pea in IHOP. Oh wait! The lesson here is, keeping a warm environment is one thing, but keeping my organs intact is another. To us here in the morally obtuse United States, restaurant chains like Golden Corral and TGI Fridays are some of the more prominent family restaurants. And from watching the staff myself, I can conclude that it takes a lot of mental fortitude, or lack thereof, to cope with all the customers. So if that's the case, then the wacky employees at Wagnaria make me both deeply concerned and refreshingly intrigued. Sitting down for a meal here would mean witnessing their passionate customer service, which comes off as their main selling point, whether that be from their cute, totally almost legal lolly, to the chill yet ruthless manager who will help the most uncomfortable customers get where they need to go. Sure, the food may look decent, nothing I can't get at any other Japanese family restaurant, and sure, I may even feel less inclined to make a complaint about my food with cooks like these. But to the katana-wearing, man-punching, cute obsessed staff at Wagnaria, I salute you for your warm smiles. Also, since in Japan tipping is considered rude, if it's like the American system, let's just pray your smiles aren't hiding anything more depressing. Please fasten your seatbelts. We are about to arrive at our next destination. Atmosphere! An overlooked quality that most eateries should consider when drawing in customers. It makes the overall experience more personal and intimate. And where can it be more intimate than in Rome? Jose Rome! Castello del Orso is best described as the Oran host club for that older demographic. Are you a lovely lady needing a calm, sweet place to unwind? Enjoying the finest foods and scenery while having your order taken by such wonderful gentlemen. What about a fetish for spectacles as you melt upon your waiter's alluring gaze? Check. Is the food expensive? It probably is. But that's what you pay for, right? Well, not me. While the food looks great and the staff well trained and the atmosphere amazing, it's obviously not the type of place you'd find a 23-year-old crazy girl like me who can regularly go in. I would most likely come here once for all the gossip and that's about it. Other than that, I recommend the place on your next fictional visit to Jose Rome, the most feelsy place in the world. I love the idea of food trucks. They normally have that special street food quality that can pull any normal Jane into their splendor. But you know what beats a truck of good eats going down 5th Avenue? A giant green pig stomping down the plains of Ireland.
Listen, lad, I built this kingdom up from nothing. When I started here, all I was swamp. Other kings said I was daft to build a castle on the swamp. But I built it all the same, just to show them.
Welcome to Boar's Hat, the traveling tavern where the ale is plenty and bad food is guaranteed. Enjoy the wonderful staff of Princess One-Eye and her faithful knight Sir Gropes-a-Lot, as you can expect happy smiles, loud parties, and potentially deadly fights for the kingdom. Did I mention they support their local markets and breweries by haggling wherever they go? But hey, you're a smart viewer, you probably are asking that age-old question. Gee willikers, this place looks fun! When will I know when they come to my town? Which I reply with, ha ha! Oh, you silly lad. GPS hasn't been invented yet in this time period. Or social media. Or phones. Or any other sort of modern convenience that would allow any person to find that place without a healthy word of mouth. So unless you live in a crowded, plague-infested city, you're fucked. Plus, if there happens to be a national crisis on our hands, don't expect them to be open even if you find the place. But regardless, check out Boar's Hat in a town near you. You're going to have one whole hog of a time. Well, keeping with this channel's tradition of spouting out dead memes, I'd say this counts as perfect advertising for our next stop.
Hammer time!
Traveling the otaku world of cooking, maid cafes are the tourist trap you secretly wish for but publicly feel ashamed. Though what makes the color-coded staff of Stile just wonderful are their dedication to the art of dining room theater. The sadistic Micah will lose any self-confidence you once had walking through that door. Kaho Tsundere magic makes it much harder to confirm or deny whether your order will please her pouty face. Hint hint, it's the one that cost more. Little Sister Maifuyu brightens the customer's day while confusing their moral integrity by serving her guest a big old helping plate of mindfuck. She's a lolly, but she's legal. Lolly, legal. On the flip side, meet Big Sister Miyu, chalking up a soft yet delicious performance of jeweler ass sets. Okay. And last but certainly not least, the trap. Yep, not even gonna try that one. Wait, I'm into guys. This kinda works out. Come for the delightful offerings from the professionally crafted to charmingly salty. Very, very salty. Stay for the ravaging performances, and if you still have any doubts, then look no further to the happy ambiance by their fearless manner. Your name is Dino? Really? This whole entire time, your name was rarely spoken, if not at all. But Dino! It's Dino? But yeah, Stile, go check it out. 8 out of 10 would come again. And now it's time for another fun-filled segment of Community Corner. The time where I highlight other outlets in the anime community in hopes that other people will have a look-see. We haven't done a new one on a YouTuber in a while, and after taking a look at this channel, I can happily say I instantly fell in love with it. Or as the name implies, it ignites embers in my soul. Okay, that was a stretch. Ember Reviews is 1-part review, 60-part topical anime channel, giving you juicy anime analysis from a guy whose voice is smooth as butter. He makes videos about various anime regardless of time frame, and I particularly like his more recent videos on Pokemon. They really get me in the mood to explore the land of Alola. If you're looking for an articulate and analytical breakdown from a guy who sets your ambitions ablaze, then why not check out Ember Reviews on YouTube? Keep your expectations sizzling, my anime compadres. Now if you know of any other creative outlets in this world of anime, comment about them down below or at Shannen on Twitter with the hashtag CommunityCorner and tell me all about it. In this time where community is more important than ever, while I may be one girl on the internet, I will always try my best. Let's say you're one of those bright, upstanding blue-collar workers who would like the idea of sitting down at all these restaurants, but just don't have the time. Yeah, Shannon, I'm a busy man with busy needs. How am I supposed to sit down to a meal if I don't even have the time to cut my own hair? Well, just hold the phone, buddy, because I just have the place for you. Barber Gourmet is a 2-for-1 special, perfect for that working class. A trim of fat off the finest cut of meat while getting a trim off the top of any hairstyle you can imagine. Oh, and you're wondering if any fear of hair will getting into your food? Then you surely haven't seen this man's skills, for he guarantees a perfect meal and hairstyle without a single hair to drop onto your plate. Now that is craftsmanship. Of course, being the Toriko expert you are in the comments, you must be wondering why I chose such a humble establishment compared to the millions around this world. Well, besides the obvious reminder that this is a list of anime-only content for all you, well, actually people out there. Ahem! But anyway, Hotel Gourmet does have the food, but the atmosphere is rather lacking. Disappearing cuisine requires a full-on training course just to eat there. Fortune-telling sushi manchi is a little too out of the way for the average person to find, and many ITO-affiliated restaurants have an exclusivity list as long as the Nile River. So, considering that this is a top 10 list based on shops that an average person could walk into, I'd say this one fits my preferences. Even though its prices are ludicrous, I mean one full course haircut costs 100,000 yen! No way am I coming here often! Next! Sigh. With all these stops so far, you'd think we'd find one traditional Japanese restaurant. Where's the calming ambience? That artesian green tea. Isn't there a place around here that can give me a calming break?
いらっしゃいませ。何名様でしょうか?
Long live Japan. I know this place was only discovered recently, but Rokuhodo is a great place to relax, utilizing the best aspects that modern Japanese culture has to offer. Part cafe, part Japanese sweet shop, these handsome yet sincere staff members will take care of your every need. Being a customer here feels special. It feels like you're part of an inner handmade community, being in the know of a place that feels magically detached from the bustling streets of every day. It excels at perfecting a humble, warm environment that makes the sweets ever so sweeter and the smiles ever more brighter. But wait, there's more! They cater seasonal lunch and dinner menus that use ingredients from local businesses. Yes, the latte art is not the best, but it comes from a server whose smile can heal the soul. So the art is rather charming as a result, and most importantly, it has a true sense of happiness that brings together people of all sorts of clientele and demographics. So I implore you, do yourself a favor and stop by this oriental hole in the wall. I promise that you will not forget it. Also, I talked about not that long ago how this show was able to cure a little bit of my depression, so you can check that in the card above. Okay, shameless plug over, moving on. On our next stop at number 3 is a type of healing atmosphere taken to a more literal sense, with just a hint of bizarre. That's right, this time we are heading to the colorful town of Morio to check out an Italian eatery that's a gem in fine dining and medical health. What makes, oh god, is a complicated name. Trattoria Sun Usardi. Good enough. So special is that instead of handing out a menu, every meal, and I mean every meal, of your full course is specialized to the customer's individual needs. That includes, but not limited to, short and long-term ailments. Though sure, you are a little skeptical, it's true that many places hail their food for having healing properties and all that mumbo-jumbo, but at this establishment, the proof is really in the pudding. Or pasta, which is more correct. Witness the bizarre medical results before your very eyes. Oh, don't worry about that rapid peeling of skin, young viewer. Just give a few moments and voila! You're now the picture of health. Whether it's a stubborn bunion, horrible acne, stiff shoulders, severe drowsiness, or a chronic case of athlete's foot, the meals here are packed with nutrients and active cultures to fix you right up. So if you're ready for a hankering of health food and don't mind weird snippets of then try this little hole in the wall for size, in which I just got a message from the establishment saying,
they're not legally liable for the actions witnessed at this restaurant, but the actions seen here are animated and should not be replicated in real life. This has been a PSA of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Bureau of What the Fuckery. Thank you and have a nice day.
So, one way for your food kingdom to make headlines and bring in the big bucks is to appeal to that family crowd, because just like YouTube's algorithm, family-friendly content is king. And what's more family-friendly than animals, right? But get this, animals that run a cafe.
That's a great idea. Let's go!
The Polar Bear Cafe gets on its wild side in a quaint and plush manner. Just as the name implies, when you step into this cozy small-town hotspot, the first thing you'll notice is the quirky polar bear greeting you warm welcomes and offering to make you a nice hot latte. In anime, no one said polar bears can't cook, and this fluffy professional is no exception. Think about it. He's a bear and this place is cleaner than most real-life restaurants. You'd think there would be some form of shedding or feathers on the ground from the clients, but the cleanliness is unheard of given the circumstances. But most importantly, just look at him. He's so adorable! Why wouldn't you want to stop here? As for his clientele, some may be humans, but some are a real zoo. Perfect for you moms with kitties out there, because I feel your pain when it comes to picking an eatery that will entertain your rambunctious type long enough to get them calm for an hour. But between the friendly animals, calm establishment, and humble sense of hospitality, I'd say you'll probably have an easier time. Well, unless your kid is into grabbing on these animalistic patrons, for that could be a tiny issue. But seriously, I would go here. I've always wanted to go here. It may not be a high fantasy place of wonder or the next historical landmark, but unlike most places, there's no prerequisite to go here. No long travel costs, no exclusivity list. The food is cute, the concepts are unique, and the food looks affordable. That's all I ask for a place to get chow. There couldn't be any place I'd want to check out more. Oh, you know this is a top 10 list. Of course we're not done yet. Before we reveal number 1, here are a few honorable mentions. The number 2 spot was for a restaurant I realistically thought would be the most profitable. But for number 1, not only should this place be successful in its own right, but perfectly reflect what makes anime restaurants so delectable to think about. So using the Animatrix to look at currently running tropes of the medium, cross-reference that for quality, customer service, security, concept, and presentation of food, and splash in a pinch of that isekai genre, and I think I found just the place.
Hey, put that down! Don't eat my food! You don't eat mine! So you won't give it back then?
Everything is so clear now.
Tragedy!
The Western restaurant Nekuya on most days of the week is your typical foodie hotspot for anyone to enjoy some delicacies from across the pond. But this little shop has a big secret. For upon every day of Sabbath, that's Saturday for us common folk, this store will pop up in random spots across another dimension, where patrons of more magical origins reside. You never know who will come through that door. Nobles, angels, elves, mermaids, a motherfucking dragon. 2 motherfucking dragons to be exact. But what I do know is that they travel here for one reason and one reason alone. The tasty food. So tasty, in fact, that anyone who tries to pillage this place is in for a rude awakening from its own clientele. There's even an equality policy that is sacredly followed by these denizens of King Arthur's time. Once you step inside, your status means nothing in the face of good eats. Seriously, how good is this food? And no, don't give me the isekai's excuse of, well, they just never experienced such food. No! There's gotta be more to that, damn it! These people go to such lengths for this place. Lizard men seek it as a day of ritualistic feasting. A lion warrior enslaved to the Colosseum uses his winnings to buy more food instead of his freedom. Heck, there is a man who was shipwrecked for a very long time, who was just happened to find the door on this island which saved his life. Then after he was rescued, came back to the island with a small fortune, placed that small fortune in a cave he once lived in, and left a note instructing the next unlucky person to find the restaurant. How is this one place breeding so much allure? Well, the first answer is the magical door itself. Not only is there a slim chance of these doors even being found, but they can also change location at will. Sometimes the door just shows up to someone who really needs it, others for a reason of reconciliation or kinship. The real factor is a mystery. However, say what you may about my choice for number 1, but my desire to see what the hubbub is all about is very high. Sure, Nekuya can run fine without opening Saturdays, and the isekai genre is a big factor into why these things are happening. But geez, man! Anime already masters the art of food porn. This show's visuals just make it worse. Plus, out of bias, I kind of always wanted to taste foods I already know about that were made in another style, like in Japan. Though, regardless of the little details, Western restaurant Nekuya, for its cool concept, dedication to serving unique clientele, and most importantly, the food, I can't think of any place else to dub as the number 1 top 10 restaurant in anime. If you would like to go beyond the Call of Duty and want to help this upstart commit to her dreams, an optional choice of course, then consider supporting me at patreon.com/animemisfit. As for everyone else's wonderful support, if you like what you saw today and want to see more, then subscribe to the Anime Misfit today if you're new, where every day is free taco day. Give this video a like and don't forget to hit that notification bell to never miss a day of content. Follow me wherever I am on the internet, my Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, and my new Twitch account, where I am now streaming twice a week for those needing a chill day. But that's just my spiel for now, all tidied up and such. Now I need to go work on the next top 10, which I'll give you a hint. It involves anime running, singing, and a very iconic straw hat. Look forward to it. Shannen out!